There was a man who opened up a bar business in front of a religious institute because that was the only place available in the city. The religious institute got really mad, so they started a campaign against his bar and prayed daily against his business. 2 days before the opening of the bar, a strong lightning bolt struck the bar business and burnt it to the ground. The owner of the bar decided to sue the religious institute for $2 million on the grounds that their prayers against the bar is what caused the burning of the bar, whether it's direct or indirect actions or means. In its reply to the court, the religious institute denied all responsibility that their prayers is what caused the burning of the bar down. And to support their claim, they referenced the Benson study at Harvard that states that intercessory prayer had no impact. At the court during the hearing, the judge made those comments. He said, "I'm not sure how I'm going to decide this case, but as it appears from the paperwork here that we have a bar owner who strongly believes in the power of prayer, and we have a religious institute and its devotees who do not." Basically, the religious institute only believed in the power of prayer when it was convenient for them. They didn't want any businesses around their institute that would affect their reputation, so they prayed that the bar burns down. But when they were being sued, they changed their entire belief and even collected references saying that prayer has no impact. I actually loved this story because it shows a great example of hypocrisy. A lot of us understand the literal meaning of hypocrisy, which is for someone to say something they don't do. But there's actually a much deeper meaning to hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is when someone puts so much weight and value on how other people perceive them while willingly disregarding their inner state. They care so much about what people think, their likes, their shares, their image, and they disregard their true intentions. You know what happened right now as I was explaining hypocrisy? Most of you probably made a list in your head of all the people or friends or social media influencers who you think are hypocrites. That's because psychologists suggest that as humans, when we hear about a negative characteristic, we like to apply it or connect it to other people rather than reflect on it inwardly. And we're more critical of other people than ourselves, and we always have excuses for our own inconsistencies. Once, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave a list of people who are hypocrites to his close companion Hudayfa. As soon as Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu found out, another close companion to the Prophet, he ran to Hudayfa and he asked him, "Please tell me, am I on that list?" Hudayfa refused to answer him, and then he kept nagging and he asked him again, "Please just tell me, am I on that list?" And Hudayfa answered him and told him, "No, you're not, and I'm not going to tell you anything else." Keep in mind that Umar ibn al-Khattab was one of the closest companions to the Prophet, and he was known for his strong faith to the point where Prophet Muhammad said, if there was a prophet after me, it would be Umar. Despite all of this positive feedback, he was still always worried that maybe my heart isn't right, and he never cared who else was on that list. He just wanted to make sure about himself so that he can always stay conscious. We can all have some degree of hypocrisy within us, but instead of trying to avoid it by remaining conscious and aware of our actions all the time, we're always looking at other people's behavior and other people's action. Calling out on hypocrites and condemning their behavior while having even the slightest hypocrisy within our actions or the things that we do is the biggest form of hypocrisy within itself. So let's always judge and evaluate ourselves, remain conscious of our hearts and our actions rather than evaluate and judge other people, because that's the only way that we'll grow and transform and remain healthy.